Hi Gemini, it's Mary with Sayre Tarot. This is your August 16th through the 31st, 2020 reading. Hope you're doing well, and thanks for allowing me to be part of your journey. So what we're going to do today is we are going to, so my intent today is what is in your highest, what is in alignment with Gemini's highest self. Okay. So we're just throwing some cards out there and playing with the energy and see what we get. I have 9 of air. I have justice. I have the sun. I have transformation. That's good. Good. I'm going to do one more. If I can fit it. 9 of water reversed. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with the nine of air over here. And so 9 of air is 9 of swords. And so this is, maybe we've had a lot of sleepless nights and, kind of haunted by some things that have happened. These are thoughts and situations that we're thinking about. Each bird is one of the swords or one of the air energy. So typically this would, in the regular tarot, would be the person that's in bed with all the swords over them. And they're it's like night terrors. And so it's, in this deck, in the good tarot, it's like taking each item and looking at them individually, kind of getting resolution on that. And as, as an air sign, we're pretty good at that. So it's taking one thing at a time, really looking at it. Okay. The next card is Justice. So it's Libra energy. It is a card of Libra, but it's also a card of balance. The need to get ourselves back into balance. And even though we're thinking about this stuff, we can think about things that might be bothering us, troubling us, worrying us, all of that. But it's important for us to still have balance. The sun is next to be, this is a card of Leo. And we're in the time of the sun also. And it's 19, which is a 10, which is the ending or a beginning of a cycle. 10 is 1. So that would be 0. So it's actually probably the end. So it's time to bring everything out into the open. It's time to really face whatever we're fearing, whatever we need to heal. Put that out and say, can I do this in a just way? What do I need to do? Because by doing this, we're going to walk into more of a balanced life, more justice, more openness, getting rid of the shadows, bringing whatever needs to come out of the shadows out. The nightmares, let's look at them and see if there's any validity to them. But, to stop the swirling around our heads at night so we can sleep. Okay, then we have transformation. This is the death and rebirth card. So, understanding how everything affects us, bringing it out into the open, we come to a place of being able to transmute the energy. Not only that energy, but ourselves, if we feel that's what we need to do to move into a place of success and abundance, because that is what we want, balance. Balance in our relationships, all things, in our thoughts, in our mind, in our actions, in everything. Okay, so the last card here is 9 of Cups. So why do we need to transform? Why do we need to bring ourselves justice to deal with this stuff that's hanging over our head? Because this may keep us from getting what we want. By having all this stuff unresolved, 9 of Water is 9 of Cups reversed. This is that if we focus on this stuff we don't want, then we will get what we don't want. Pretty simple, right? Whatever we focus on, we bring. Whatever our attention is what the universe says, oh, great, I'll bring you more of that. So that's why it's so important to expose that, to bring that out in the light, and to truly transform, transmute the energy into, wow, by knowing what I don't want to think about, I will deal with it, and then think about what I do want. It's flipping the switch. So if we could flip this one here and this one here, then that would be the place that we transmuted the energy. Okay, that way we'd be able to bring what we want by letting go of the things we don't want. knowing that what we do want is coming to us now and is here. Basically just waiting for us to flip that switch. Okay, nice. So the next thing we're going to do is trying to figure out how to separate these. I'm going to leave this one alone and then put these here. Okay, because we've got 3 groups of energy, right? We have the positive, the not so positive, and then the place of transformation. Okay. So we're going to look at, this is the Creativity Oracle deck here. Okay, I'm going to pull from the bottom for transformation. This is, here's the picture. They are tapestries, which I think is really cool. As an artist, I like that. Perfectionism. Be content to know perfection as a distant utopian goal, which we journey but never arrive. 33, that's like, to me, that's like a Christ consciousness number. People think of it different ways, but it's an ideal of perfection that we strive for. We try to be the best person we can. We try to do a good job. We try to, have a reading where you don't make a lot of mistakes, but understanding that it still happens because it's just the way life is. That we try to be the best, but know that the best, absolute best, is all subjective, right? It's all subjective. So we're going to get a card over here under Justice and the Sun. I'm just going to pull one out from the middle of the deck. This is really fun. It has 2 people here and a lot of stuff going on. And this is called Share. To help you make progress, it's a good idea to share what you have and what you care about. So that would mean, Libra card, the Justice card, is about relationships, and it is about reciprocity in relationships, a give and take, balanced relationships. And know that that's something, share that with people that you want, that you have relationships with, that it's important for you to have balance in your relationships. I'm a Libra moon, so I learned that like in the last couple of years. If I would have known that before, I would have understood myself and my relationships a lot more. So by learning everything we can about ourselves and how what's important to us. The astrology is really important because we come in a certain way, and I would suggest everybody go to Cafe Astrology and get all your houses, and you need your birth time and place. But that's sharing a part of me with you that helps me to understand myself better. And so maybe that'll help you clue into what is important to you when you see it on a chart that, because we're born certain ways under certain times and certain stars for a reason. And it's just very fascinating. So, to help you make progress, it's a good idea to share what you have, knowledge, food, experiences, and what you care about. Then others will be inspired to share with you. Okay, let's look at this energy here. So, 2 horses running around, butterfly. This is called play. Our work can and should take on a quality of play, for it is play that stimulates creativity. So there's a lack of creativity here. How do we flip the energy? By playing in it. By playing. So how do we play in this? We flip this around and we look at what we want instead of what we don't want. We say, I already know about this. I've thought about it long and hard, and this is going away because I'm getting into the place of creating what I want. That's how we play with energy. That's an example. We can play with anything. We can play with anything. It's a game that we can do in our head. As a Gemini, you have the ability to, as any air signs, but we can take what we think about because of our great imaginations, and we can create something in our minds. When I was a little girl, I could create whole worlds in my head. And many people can. But when you play, when you create from that place of imagination, you actually manifest. So the mercurial energy of Gemini gives us the amazing ability to manifest things. So that's why thinking about what you don't want brings more of what you don't want. That's why to flip the energy and go, okay, now I know what I do want. I want this, I want that, I want this. I want. But it's more than what you want, what you see yourself having. So that's taking what you want into what you see. Feeling that, like if you wanted a car, you could feel you could imagine how it feels to drive that car, to have that job, or to do that TED Talk. Well, I would want to do a TED Talk now that I know what I know. But anyway, how to teach. I always wanted to teach. I always wanted to be on a stage teaching people. I don't know why. So at one time it was a TED Talk, but then I've gotten information about TED Talks, and it kind of crosses what I think is important. But see, that's how things change. So I can always change the stage. I can change it to a YouTube channel. I can change it to doing festivals all year round and seeing myself not only struggling, but getting ahead, so far ahead that, I've got to build my own bank. That's just a fun way to play with them. And like, I have so much money that I have to build a bank to put it in because no bank can hold all the money that I've made. And that's a fun game to play, right? I'm looking forward to that time, but today is not that time. But there's just an idea how good that feels, that we should all think about what we want to create, that we could have so much abundance that we'd have to have a warehouse to hold all of our physical abundance. That has nothing to do with our emotional and spiritual abundance. But see, that word play alone changed the energy here so quick. Boom. I mean, I could actually feel it, and it was so silly. It was a play of words, a play of energy. Okay. So with all that, let's just see what our angels and ancestors have to say about this. But what's really cool about this is that the fact we took these two energies that were not the best energies and turned them into fun. Boom. Changed, right? Change. Oh, not so serious, just fun. I know, and it's hard. It's not the easiest time right now with everything going on in the world, and it looks all dark, and but there's always dark before what they say. It's always darkest before light. It's always the darkest before dawn. Yep. Have you ever noticed how it's real cold in the mornings right before the sun comes up? You feel, man, is it ever going to warm up? Yes, because the sun always comes up. It's right here. See? Right there. Okay, water guardian. Connect with your emotions. That's perfect because see how I tapped into our emotions by playing around with the energy. Playing around with the energy, like you saw a warehouse to put your money in. You thought about a bank just for your money because you had so much. That's so fun to play with, but you can feel that, right? The feeling of emotions actually is a point of creation. That's how we become magnetic, okay? Passion, creation. Bask in joy and light. So this is great because this is like the sun in a way, okay? Bask in joy and light is a busy bee. Busy Gemini. Busy Gemini bee. What you have created, everything that you have done, even though it seems like it's not going to get better, it is. It is. You're making honey. And the honey's sweet. And the honey will be enjoyed. Oh, sorry about that. I have to call back in a minute. Okay, and here we go. As a stargazer, the third card, stargazer. Set your sights higher. How high? How many banks do you want? How many homes do you want? How much do you want to see the world change? Play with the energy and then watch things change around you. It's interactive play. It's what can you see? If you had a telescope, you're the stargazer, you're the starseed, which you probably are. This is a starseed, stargazer. You came down to teach people how to set their sights higher, how to see in a different way. You came down here to do this. This was your plan. You had to get your own energy straight, though, first, which is understandable. We had to remember who we are, right? I'm talking way too fast. But as a stargazer, take that telescope and look. And what can you see in the future? Anything. Just anything that you see out of there. What did you create today? Well, let me look at my telescope. Because of what you created in your mind. For everything that you think, an option, opportunity, if I had 10 places I could go today, I could go to the mall, I could go to the park, I could go. Every time you think that, there's a theory that you create a path that in another universe or a multi-universe, that path is created. And then on that path, there's 10 paths and on and on and on. It never ends. If we took the energy to create good things, what would you like to see a good thing today? Look in your telescope, in your mind's eye, and create something. Every moment, if you can think about it, it's to shift the energy, play with the energy. Because we're the ones that are, okay, people that are imaginative, especially Geminis, are the ones that we bring stuff down. So it's important to keep your vibration high and your fun high. You know, you cook and you're creative, you draw pictures, you play with the kids, you throw a frisbee for your dog that's crazy and she's only 6 months old, yes. And that is a lot of fun. And make sure you make time to play. All the seriousness, all this world stuff, it's how you look at it. But it's always okay. It's going to be okay. It just depends on how you look at it, you know. So, no, you're the star. You're the star seed, okay? You're the star seed. You came down here to do this. If you're watching this, probably resonate with it. So, it is your job, our job, as a Gemini also, to set our sights higher. What can we accomplish? Let's go as high as we can go, as big as we can do. Because we've been limiting ourselves. I think we all are starting to see that now. So, one more card. I know I went way out on a limb here, Gemini. They asked me to play, so here we go. Play and share, right? Right? Break free, regain your youth, and fly. Okay, you ready to fly, Gemini? It's time to just create like we did when we were kids. Like when we used to, I used to lay on the swing. Like on a swing, I used to play a lot by myself. I had brothers and sisters, but I would go on a swing and go put the swing across my belly and lay and like I was flying. And so, 4 years old, I would think, now, am I like a butterfly having a dream, or am I dreaming about a butterfly? Who am I really? Is this real? Is that real? What is real? Now that starts a whole nother conversation. But that's how you dream, and that's how you break free of whatever constraints. Because when my eyes were closed and my arm was out and I was floating, I was swinging back and forth, I was flying. So it's time to fly. It's time to go back to the child you were, with the wonder, with the, I could build a whole town out of paper. I would cut it out and and tape it together, and then I would make a road. I was so creative. Where's your creation taking you? Where have you been using your creative talents? What have you been doing with it? And I think it's time to wake it back up, Gemini, because we need you here. We need you. Big time. Love you, Gemini. Take care.